Hey everyone, welcome back. So, this weekend marks the 8th annual Indigenous Peoples Day New York, a celebration of resilience, futurism, and cultural diversity of First Peoples, with participation from nations around the globe. The program includes musical performances, spoken word artists, dancers, and talks by decorated change makers with food, artisan works, merchant shops, and inclusive prayer ceremonies. And it just sounds like it's going to be a really spiritual experience. So, here to share more about Indigenous Peoples Day's New York team, organizer and talent manager, Janice Torres. Hello and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. We love your show here. You are a real one. And I'm born in Brooklyn, but the Bronx is my second home. So, hello, the Bronx.
Woo, thank you. Thank you for giving us showing us some love, and thank you for the work that you continue to do. I've been following your career for a while now, so I'm really excited that we can finally get you on air. This particular project, I've watched it blossom, and now it's turned into a 2 day event, right? And so let's talk about. I mean, there's so much to talk about, but I really want to talk about like how it's grown and what a big deal it's going to be this year. I mean, you've got a lot of talent, a lot of speakers, a lot of performances. It just sounds like a 2 day extravaganza.
Yeah. So, we're going to start with come. Come to Randall's Island. Randall's Island, first of all, for New Yorkers, is this kind of hidden wonderland of nature. I myself, I hadn't been to Randall's Island up until 2019, and when I started working on the planning committee with Indigenous Peoples Day New York. And you're surrounded by nature. You're on the edge of the Harlem River. It is beautiful. It's been there for thousands of years and it's in our background. Often people think it's all about Central Park and only about Central Park, which we love, but there's so many places in New York City that just kind of just get forgotten. And Randall's Island is just a magical place. So we'll start why that is the setting for Indigenous Peoples Day New York. It's large enough and it's beautiful. And there, year after year, now in our eighth, we have thousands of people coming over to Randall's Island from all over the country, from as far as Hawaii, of course, the Caribbean, all of nations from across the east, the west, the south. And then we also have people representing from the Philippines, from Ukraine, from parts of Africa. I mean, when we say indigenous people, we mean people from around the world,
World.
there for one cause, to celebrate humanity and to celebrate protecting nature and protecting each other. And it's just in a beautiful setting. It's not this political thing that you feel uncomfortable about not going. It's so inclusive. It's so beautiful. You have faces and ages from all over the place. And it's just like when you get there, you feel like family, you know?
Right, it's very welcoming, and you know what? I got that. Yeah, just looking at the videos and the images, and even the way the people are chosen, right? And the fact that there is this celebration of everybody coming together and representing different nations, and also there's the relearning of our origins, right? Ancestry. Just walk us through, I guess, the first day and what people can expect to walk into when they arrive Randall's Island.
So let's start by packing your bag. So when you come to us, whether you just come with a purse or you decide to come with your carriage that has your chair, your snacks if you want, there is food. We're starting Saturday at 11 o'clock. That's when the program starts. Some people get there a little bit earlier so they can get a nice spot in the circle, and it's huge. So there's plenty of space for everyone. Some people bring a tent so they can kind of camp through the day and just have a little station for their family and their pets. We see dogs there all the time, so they are welcome. There's food. And if you haven't been to a powwow or native gathering, your taste buds are going to be in for it because there's fry bread. It's kind of this delicious thing that people kind of compare to a taco. It's bread with meat. I mean, there's food, vegan food, meat, all types of food, and of course the craft. So you can come packing for the full day. New York City's New York City weather could be sunny, it could be chilly, but
Right.
come. It's
So when
okay.
you
So
say
11
packed for the
a.m. it
full
starts.
day, when you say packed for the full day, are you referring to like when the bridge closes, right? Because for those who are not driving to Randall's Island, you can go over that bridge on
Yeah,
102nd Street, I think it is, and at some point that bridge elevates. So what is the time that it ends on Saturday?
in the late afternoon, going into the early evening. So just
Okay.
basically when sundown stops, the sundown starts, that's when the programming winds down. But we always have performers coming in last minute. So just continue to go on our page, Indigenous Peoples Day New York page on social media and on the website to see our programming, because we always get people coming in, flying in from all over the world. So by sundown, it tapers off.
All right, so that's Saturday. And then Sunday, I believe you do a sunrise ritual, right?
Yeah.
So
So,
what time does that
like I mentioned,
start?
yeah. So Sunday morning at sunrise. So plan to be there. You know what time sunrise is. You can look on your phone, the app to check that out. Get there early, and by the river we have water protectors and nations, and just everybody who's anybody, just there, giving thanks to the water. I mean, our bodies are made of water, right?
Right.
Our earth is covered in water, and it needs our prayer. And without that water, Randall's Island wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. So it's so important for us to gather, and that's one of the highlights of our event. It starts early, but I definitely recommend it. In our years past, we've had people from Standing Rock there. You're,
Nice.
you're rubbing shoulders with national treasures of environmental justice. So
Nice.
it's a beautiful space. So come early in the morning, and then throughout the day, again, food, concerts, dances.
And then it's another full day, right? On Sunday
And it's another full day, same thing. And by the time the sun starts
that
going down,
sets.
that's when it ends, and you can go home. So that Monday is a powerful day.
So, like, the whole thing sounds amazing, but in addition to all of the rituals that we're discussing and the circles and just everybody coming together, which sounds so lovely. There's also speakers and entertainers. Are they curated to just share a particular message?
Yeah, well, you have to have a connection to, being indigenous. Some people call it Native Americans, some people call it American Indian, First Peoples, and here in America, North America, it's called Turtle Island. So you just have to have a connection to that. And yes, the list is curated to people that have the connection and also have a message for people through this environment. We have people like Immortal Tech. And if some people know the story of Lin Manuel Miranda, that was kind of like his little rival back in their day, and when they were young folks, rapping in New York City. So we have guys like that. And as far as indigenous goes, you have people that are from Peru, from Ecuador. Like I said, the Aztecs are going to be representing. I mean, people from all over the world. So yeah, so you're going to see that on our stage.
And so I also understand that there are going to be some competitions, right? So this is really like an event, not just to come and show or come for entertainment. It's more of like inclusivity. It's more of like, learn something about possibly your origins, and also like the culture and the actual I guess language. I mean, there's so much involved in what I've read that it really sounds like something nobody should miss.
No, yeah, you can't miss it. It's just glorious. And like to even think about our history, you know, Randall's Island is on Lenape land. If you ask any New Yorker how to get somewhere, get to the Bronx from Coney Island, they'll tell you how to get there, what train, what neighborhoods. New York City people, we got to cover when it comes to directions and knowing our own land, in a modern form that it is, the MTA language. But I would say the average New Yorker may not be able to say this is Lenape land. Or
Right.
in Long Island, you're going to find the Shinnecock. And this is a day where you can learn about your own city and your own state and the surrounding nations. And it's really powerful because it helps, children rethink and reimagine the world around them by simply knowing our own history. So it's a really a great time. It's
Yeah.
a really great time to be alive and to witness this exchange of information and culture.
right, in person, and also raise the frequency of one's consciousness. I mean, it's lovely, and I'm so glad that we were able to have you on to really expand on the information in just basically inviting our viewers to come and be together. And right now, I think we need this, like collectively, just within humanity, is to be together on that level.
Yes, yes. New York City just had Climate Week recently, in September, and you can't think about climate without thinking about the people, right? And when you think about Indigenous people, Native Americans, we're us as a people, we consider ourselves the protectors of this land, right? So spending the day with us kind of resets our mindset of just saying, you know what, we love this planet Earth, and we love America, and we love, whatever you call it, this is our land, and we do have to protect it and take care of each other. So that's the message. So make sure you guys come and check it out.
Awesome. That well said. Janice Torres, everyone. This land is our land. This land is your land, right? This land was made for you and me. Como digan, once again. Yeah, we are talking about the Indigenous Peoples Day, and that was Janice Torres, one of the Indigenous Peoples Day New York team organizers. And once again, the 8th annual Indigenous Peoples Day New York is taking place this Saturday and Sunday, October 9th and the 10th at Randall's Island Park. And if you're interested in more information, you can visit ipdnyc.squarespace.com.